I have a deal. I'm doing my door-to-door shit. I got a deal. It's a towing deal. And I'm like, I got to get my next one, right? But I'm knocking doors during the day. So I knock on this door. This is in Madison, Alabama. Madison, Alabama. Look it up. Okay. It's like 8 o'clock at night. I'm kind of burned out. I'm like, shit, should I just go back and start doing lead gen? I'm tired of knocking doors. It's hot as fuck, sweating my ball. It's hot. And I'm just done. I've been doing this for 4 years. Knock on this door. By the way, this guy had ADT. Remember how I told you we go after customers that already are paying for our service? This guy had ADT. Knock on his door and I pitch him. It's Pitch's wife. Her name is Nikki. And I know this, but I'm gonna tell you why. I'm like, hey, blah, 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 blah. Saw you had ADT. She's like, let me grab my husband. Husband comes out, classic Alabama guy, just got done with work. He's dirty, he's tired, he's sweaty. He's like, bro, I got a gun, I got a dog, get the hell off my porch. But he didn't say that. He was cool. He's like, yeah, man, I'm going to be honest. The sign's fake. I don't pay for it. It's kind of like the Home Advisor guy that's on Home Advisor, but they turned off their leads, right? Okay, one of those. I could tell he wasn't going to buy the alarm. And frankly, I didn't give a shit because I was so done with that job. But I was like, okay, cool, man. I was like, hey, what do you do? And I look over and his truck was wrapped. This weird logo. And I'm like, I've never heard of like basement water. Like, what is that? I don't live. There's no basements where I live. It's just, it's a slab. Okay. There's no basements. So he starts telling me what he does. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. I was like, I'm kind of doing this thing on the side where I generate business. I'm like, how are you guys getting business? And he's like, well, funny you ask. We were kind of talking about it, blah, blah, blah. So literally, he's like, let me show you what we do. He takes me to his basement and shows me. I'm like, dude, I've never even heard of this service. By the way, basement waterproofing shit. It's so competitive. I thought I discovered gold when I found this niche, but we can talk about that later. Anyway, he shows me his basement. I meet this guy. 5 minutes later, I'm in his basement. I'm like, this guy's going to fucking stab me in the back. Like literally, like I don't even know this guy. I'm in his basement. Like we crawled in his basement. He's showing me and I'm like, this is kind of dope. Cool service. And I'm like, I'm like getting the details. How much does it cost? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, so I pitch him right there on the spot, guys. I fucking sent it. I'm like, so I could build you a site and I explain it. I have nothing to show him. I got one deal. I'm like, yeah, I'm working with this towing company, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I could do this deal. And he's like, let me call my partner really quick. Guys, I'm just sending this thing, right? He calls his partner and his partner doesn't answer. And he's like, look, dude, I'm interested. He's like, let me call my partner and give me your number. Let's go to lunch tomorrow. This is at night at 8 o'clock at night. Next day, so that night I get home, I start researching. I'm like, shit, this is really competitive, but I'm just going to do it anyway. I do all my research. I take a yellow notepad and we meet at Texas Roadhouse. Okay. I still remember, I ordered barbecue chicken and seasoned rice. Okay. And I had about 7 of those freaking rolls with the little butter on them. These things are fucking so good. Oh my gosh. Had Texas Roadhouse last night, FYI. So we go through it. I ended up packing up my food. I didn't even eat because I was so pumped. I'm showing him all the stuff. I got like all my things. I got my printouts. I've got my yellow pad. I go through the whole deal. And basically the guy goes, look, man, he's like, what's this going to cost? These are super, like, I wasn't used to the South. He's like, with an accent, he's like, Nick, what's this going to cost, man? And I'm like, $1,000 a month. It's going to be 1,000. Okay. And he literally looks at his partner and he goes, deal. Shakes my hand, writes me out a check for $1,000. And that's it. No contract, no nothing. Okay. Got my second deal at a Texas Roadhouse, eating freaking fluffy, warm, buttery rolls in Madison, Alabama from somebody I met the night before. And you know what's crazy? I kept that client from 2016 until 2020. And the reason that I lost them is they hired a full-time marketing guy and they literally built a lead gen site and did exactly what we do. Still friends with these guys. I have a case study with this guy. I met him at 8 p.m. at night. And the next day at lunch, we did a $1,000 a month deal. And this is my second deal ever. It is not about the time I'm guessing they could tell that I knew what I was talking about, that I was genuinely sincere about getting them results, and they took a chance on me. And we worked together for 4 years. I never signed a contract. We never did any of that shit. And I worked with those guys for I think over 4 years. I met them in person. I mean, it is not about the time. Okay. So guys, I want to tell you that, like, the biggest thing I want to tell you today is, if your customers are not making money, or if they don't make money, they will cancel. And so I'm not going to go into this entire live like I did last time. I'm going to have Fix It Felix tag or push it to the top. We did a live that talked about retention, talked about how to retain our clients. Guys, if you want to do big money, if you want to go to 100,000 a month, if you want to do big boy shit or big girl shit, you can't have a client for a month and have them cancel. You can't have them for 3 months and have them cancel. You want them to stay for years and years and years, and you want them to grow with you, because those deals are the easiest ones to get, and they continue. You got to find, you'll go through clients and you'll find the guys or the girls and the businesses that are hungry and their vision aligns with you. And sometimes you got to go through 4 or 5 or 6 and you get them and you fucking over deliver for them, and they keep growing. You guys grow together and you grow together, and you get a couple of those solid, those are your base, and you start building, you start building, you start building. And the key is this, guys, is if you want to keep clients for life, they have to make money. Don't oversell your deals, and make sure they're the right fit.